Hi YouTubers! Today it's not really about the beer that we're making. I'm making a Cooper's Mexican Cerveza, but this is not really about your type of beer. What we're going to do is beef up your kits. It doesn't matter if you use Cooper's or you use Muttons or whatever. First of all, it's a nice Cooper's IPA. A series 1 for the beginner that I had there, it was kit and a kilo, and you really can't get any easier than that. Of course, you have a kilogram of sugar, and you put the kit in it. You hydrate the Cooper's yeast. That's it. Basically, you take a reading and wait for about a week, or we'll say even if you wait 10 days. And if you take a hydrometer reading and it stays the same for 2 days, your beer's ready to bottle. Okay, so this one's basically about sexing up a beer kit. Making it taste a lot better. It'll knock up the ABV too. With a lot of these ones are not, like, I've had people ask me about the Irish moss, why I use that for the extract kits. Well, when I'm putting hops in, and I'm putting dried malt extract and just adding stuff. That's just one little thing that I don't have to worry about. And for the cost of it, for $3 for, I don't know, we'll say 15 of these. That's, you might as well just drop one in. And then you're going to have your beer clear. So, it's great to have you on board. This is Series 2. How to boost up your beer kit and make it taste good. So, first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to take this and put this in a pail. And then we're going to take 500 grams of light dried malt extract, which I already have one here, but you can see this a lot better here like that. And now, if you can't get the light dried malt extract, 1 second. Okay, so if you can't get that light dried malt extract just by an unhopped malt. Now, I do pretty good with this. I mean, like my store, you're looking at 1.36 kilograms. It's almost close to 3 pounds, I suppose. And they give you even Cooper's brewing yeast with it. But, so, you can either add these two, this and this, and you can always get that in Muttons or whatever, it doesn't matter. Or you can add this and this, what's what we're going to do today. 1 kit, 500 milligrams. And then what we're going to use is high malt liquid glucose. All this is liquid sugar. And again, so if you don't have, you say, well, I can't get that. Well, that's no problem. 600 grams. You put 500 grams of light dried malt extract and 600 grams of dextrose. Got yourself the same thing. Now, if you want to add some hops to it, you can do that. But I'm going to keep mine pretty light, so I'm not gonna put hops in mine today. When we get into like series 3, I'll be doing a partial, and we'll be using the hops, and we'll be using this stuff, strictly just this stuff and that. So what we'll do is, and it's really good too, if you can make a light beer and put this blueberry essence in it when you're bottling it, is great. But I mean, like, this is for beginners, so we won't fool with that foolishness. So one of these. I'm just sort of just going on and on. So I'll get my pot ready and we'll do some brewing. Cheers. Okay, so what we do is the dried malt extract, half a kilogram or 500 grams. We make sure that this is not boiling, it's off the heat. Put your dried malt extract in first. It'll clump a lot of times, a little bit. See, if you put that in there with steam, you see how that bag's all clumping around there? If that was steaming, it would be clump like I don't know what. Anyways. So now we gotta put either our dextrose in. Remember, it's 5 to, well, I'd put 600 grams of dextrose if that's the only thing you can get. And you want to beef it up to 5%. Put 700 grams in. But it's up to you. Depends if you're going for a beer or a buzz. Then again, I like my beer at 5%. It's not all about the buzz, is it? But so I'm just putting that liquid glucose in there. 1.36 kilograms of liquid sugar. And that'd be an awful mess if that was, if this burner was on. Now normally, especially if I was making a IPA, I would definitely put some extra hops in it. See what's so great about this? You can go right in like that. Because what are we going to do? We're going to boil her. That's right. And you don't have to boil it that long. Just got to mix in a little bit. And the reason why I'm not using hops in this, pretty well every one of mine I'll use hops. Like I say, I want a light beer because I want to make a blueberry beer. Now, as you can hear, my alarm system, I had a hell of a heat break. I added one of those Irish moss. A lot of people think I'm crazy for putting that in, just a can kit, but for 20 cents, it'll clear it out better. I mean, like, the thing is, if you're making a partial, and you're adding some grains, and you're adding this and that, and I've even left it out before with an all grain, and it came out muddy, and just forgetting. That's all it is. So for 20 cents, I mean, you know, so what's it going to cost? $2 for 10 batches? I mean, you know, that's not bad. That's a lot of beer. You get 660 beer out of that. And you don't want one to mess up. I burnt myself too, the little stupid little bugger. It went over the heat break. I don't know if I can. I don't know. Here, I'll get that off the tripod. I don't know if I can use any of that footage because there was a lot of blankety blank blank blank, shall we say. You know, there could be some lady viewers there and that too, and you know, or some people that just don't appreciate it, which I don't blame them, but I howled some profanity there, folks. I'll just tell you that. See if I can get some of that, the boil over and cut it before the profanity starts. But anyways, so this is what we got. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rehydrate the yeast and put it in the pail. And anyways, we'll just get back to you. Okay, while you're waiting, or you can even do this before, make sure it's just lukewarm. Put that much water in the glass. We want to rehydrate our yeast, so we stick our yeast in this glass, like that. And now all reading I did about this stuff over the years says if you pitch this dry, and I have many times, they said it's got, you'll have more yeast in it. Instead of pitching it dry, it says it kills it off with the wort. And if you can get the water about the same temperature as the wort, it's even a bonus. Just mix it up, leave it for 10 or 15 minutes, and what's going to happen is that's going to foam right up to there. And we'll get back to you. Got beer? Yes, I do. Okay, we get our mixture in here. So what we do is we sterilize a clean pail, and we put
Good.
Okay, so what we do is we put the Mexican cerveza in the pail because the hops are in there, right? That's why you don't boil it. Rinse out the can real good. Well, I sterilized this whole can, so dipping it in ain't gonna hurt that. Now what I do is I take all that glucose and the dried malt extract, I'll pour that in there. And I give that a good stir. Right in here and take a look right in there. And you get a good stir in there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill that up full of water trying to keep that around 70 degrees. And you can get a thermometer if you want, but you don't want it too hot. 70 degrees is fine. And then what you do is, this yeast is coming great. It's been in there for 15 minutes or so. And I'll fix that after I fill it up. So, see after I get it all filled up. Okay, so the most important thing is, now that we top that up to 23 liters, is give that a real good stir. Because if you don't stir it real good, you're not going to get the proper reading on the hydrometer. Now, I already did a hydrometer reading, and that came out to basically 1,040. Like, it's just a light beer. So, now what I do is that rehydrated yeast, throw that right in there. Throw that right in there. What I'll do now, stir that right in. That's just the way I do it. I mean, like, some people, they just put it in. There's nothing really wrong with that, but I think it's got a better chance if you rehydrate it. So put her on real good. And, like I say, make sure that shouldn't be any more than 70. You can get away with 75, but you don't want it too much in it because of the esters. Too hot, I mean, you know. Let's see if I can get this in here. Sometimes it's a darn old rig, that is. There we go. There you go. So, now, make sure that's got at least 2 fingers of water in it. Put it in. Make sure your seal's good. And here's how you test your seal. See, that seal is not good. See, that'll move that. When you push down on it, it'll move that. Yeah. That'll tell you you get the seal. So that's it. Got beer. And this will be Homebrew Wednesday, I guess. So, cheers. Okay, like I said before, we'll see if I could knock this down a bit. This is how it should be. See that moving? When I touch up with my hand there, touch up with my hand, that'll move. Then you know you got a good seal. Okie dokie. 17.